If you're on a GLP-1 medication like Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, or Zepbound, and suddenly your digestive system feels like it completely stopped functioning, we need to talk about fiber, because one of the most common side effects that people experience on GLP-1s is constipation. And honestly, I don't think enough people prepare you for how uncomfortable it can get. The tricky part is your appetite is lower, you're eating less food overall, digestion slows down, and suddenly getting enough fiber becomes way harder than before. So today I want to talk about why fiber matters so much on GLP-1s, how it can help with fullness, digestion, and blood sugar. Easy, guys. High fiber foods and snacks, ones that I actually eat, and some realistic ways that I've personally been able to try to sneak more fiber into my day when I barely feel like eating at all. Because just like protein, fiber becomes really important on these medications. GLP-1 medications work by slowing gastric emptying, meaning food stays in your stomach for longer. That's part of why they're so effective for weight loss. But slower digestion can also mean constipation, bloating, nausea, and GI discomfort. And this is where fiber can help tremendously. Fiber helps add bulk to stool, keeps digestion moving, supports gut health, regulates blood sugar, and increases satiety. It also acts as a prebiotic, meaning it feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut. And when your entire digestive system is adjusting to these medications, gut health matters a lot. The challenge, though, is that many of us are eating way less food overall on GLP-1s. So now every bite really needs to work harder nutritionally. That means proteins, fiber, hydration, and nutrient density become incredibly important. One of the biggest lessons that I have personally learned on Zepbound is that I can't just rely on eating healthy naturally anymore. Because when your appetite disappears, sometimes you're only eating tiny amounts all day long. And if those small amounts are mostly things like crackers, toast, snack foods, or random safe foods, fiber intake can drop really fast. I have had days where absolutely nothing sounded good to me. And I realized, okay, I have to be intentional here. Not obsessive, certainly not perfect, just intentional. Because when constipation hits on GLP-1s, it can get rough quickly. So now I try to think, how can I add little bits of fiber throughout the day in ways that actually feel manageable? Now I want to share some of my favorite easy high fiber snacks. First up, berries. Raspberries especially are amazing for fiber, but they are also extremely light. And when you feel like you really don't want to eat anything at all, these are extremely easy going down. And if you can handle it, try sneaking in a little bit of protein in the form of Greek yogurt or even cottage cheese. When you pair berries with a protein like Greek yogurt, you're getting fiber and of course the protein, and you're also eating something that feels fresh and light when heavier foods just sound completely terrible. This is one of my favorite, I can tolerate this even when nothing sounds good to me snacks. Next up, avocados. Avocados are packed with fiber and healthy fats. I eat these in a salad that kind of is reminiscent of guacamole. Just chopping up some avocado in with some diced tomatoes, a squeeze of lime juice, maybe some minced garlic, and then I season it with salt and a pinch of cayenne. Super easy to pull together. It takes just minutes and it is packed with nutrients. If you're looking for something faster, you can find those little guacamole cups in the produce section of the grocery store, and they are so convenient. Just grab one of those and you have yourself a ready-made snack. Next up, and I just ate this for lunch today, believe it or not, because actual lunch, it just seemed like too much for me to handle. I made some green peas. Green peas are excellent as far as fiber and protein goes. A single cup of cooked green peas contains approximately 8 grams of protein. It makes them one of the most protein-dense vegetables that's available. I love peas. So sometimes, like I did today, I just heat those in a microwave with a little bit of butter, salt, and pepper. They are so easy to pull together, and they are a great way to get your fiber in. 1 cup has a little over 8 grams of fiber. And I recently found a recipe for green pea guacamole where you use peas instead of avocado. It gives a similar creamy texture with extra fiber and protein, and I will link out to that recipe in the description area of this video. Next up is edamame, and this probably sounds familiar to you guys because I also talked about it in my protein video. Edamame is incredibly underrated. If you saw the video featuring my favorite quick and easy protein snacks, you absolutely recognize this as one of my things. Edamame is high fiber, high protein, easy to microwave, and easy on my stomach on most days. I will always keep frozen shelled edamame in the freezer. Sometimes I'll just thaw it and toss it with a vinaigrette dressing. And I will also sometimes heat it in the microwave, tossing it with salt, pepper, and a little bit of butter. And don't forget, they make the convenient dry roasted edamame snacks, which are really good. And they are especially easy for just grabbing and taking with you when you're on the go. How about some apples or pears with nut butter? This one feels a little bit nostalgic, and it's one of the easiest ways to sneak fiber in naturally, especially pears. They actually contain a surprising amount of fiber, approximately 5.5 to 6 grams per pear. Adding peanut butter or almond butter sneaks in a bit of protein, and it helps make it more satisfying and balanced. Next up, chickpeas. Okay, so my goal here was to provide you with quick and easy snacks for sneaking in fiber throughout your day. But I feel like I would be doing a disservice to you if I didn't bring this into your lives. I'm going to share another recipe with you down in the description area of this video for my favorite chickpea recipe. Creamy lemon pepper chickpeas. This is so incredibly good, and it only takes 20 minutes to make. It's super easy. Everything goes in one skillet. It is not too labor intensive, I promise. And believe me, it is worth it. And it makes enough that I had leftovers for a couple days for lunches. So absolutely, if you like chickpeas, you've got to give that one a try. But getting back to the quick and easy side of things, roasted chickpeas are such a creative and good crunchy snack option. You can make your own, or you can buy the ones that are in ready-made packages. They've got fiber, plant protein, and they are way more filling than chips. I love keeping these around when I want something quick and just munchy to snack on. Also, don't forget the hummus form of chickpeas. When paired with veggies for dipping, this can be a really great way to get in your fiber. Next up, pistachios, another snack that bears repeating. This was in my protein video, but this time we're putting it in under the fiber umbrella. These are easily one of my favorite GLP-1 snacks because they're easy, portion friendly, satisfying, and they contain both protein and fiber. And don't forget about popcorn. People forget that popcorn is actually a whole grain. And when you need something light, crunchy, salty, and easy to tolerate, popcorn can be a great option. Now, it's not a huge amount of fiber with 2 grams per serving, but every bit helps. And popcorn is a lot healthier than heavier processed snacks. Oh, and there are also 2 grams of protein in a serving, so go grab some popcorn while you watch the rest of the video. How about some overnight oats? This one can be a little filling, but you can control your portion size and only eat as much as you're able to eat at one sitting. For these, you can either make your own, or there are a lot of brands out there that have the pre-packaged portions that you can just pull them together super quickly, place them in the fridge overnight for an easy to grab snack the next next day. If you're making your own, start with plain, no sugar added oats. I personally like to use steel cut oats, which can result in a chewier texture, but you can certainly use whatever kind of oats you prefer. Just watch the sugar. Steel cut oats are generally considered the healthiest option compared to rolled or instant oats because they are the least processed. That allows them to digest slowly, which keeps you fuller longer and prevents blood sugar spikes. There are literally a ton of overnight oats recipes out there, so you are sure to find something that works for you. For prepackaged options, I love the Kodiak brand. I use their pancake mixes and I eat their protein granola with some yogurt, so I highly recommend these if you want something that's easy to make and has the fiber and some protein in it that you're looking for. And last but certainly not least, smoothies. In my humble opinion, smoothies still fall within the quick and easy guidelines here because it mostly consists of dumping all of the ingredients into a blender and turning it on. Easy peasy. Think yogurt, frozen berries, fresh spinach. The possibilities here are endless. When you're making a smoothie, consider adding other high fiber ingredients like chia seeds, which provide about 2.4 grams of soluble fiber per tablespoon. Oats, which provide soluble and insoluble fiber. 2 ounces of steel cut oats boost your intake by about 5 grams. And spinach. Fresh spinach, which can be added to yogurt-based smoothies. Smoothies can be good high-fiber snacks and even a great source of protein depending on what you add to the blender. Also, somebody just commented on my protein video and said she uses her Ninja Creamy to make frozen smoothies. Totally blew my mind. Sounds amazing. Can you imagine? I might need to grab one of those. GLP-1 friendly fiber tips for you guys. Pair fiber with protein. This is huge. Fiber alone sometimes doesn't keep me full for very long, but fiber plus protein together, that combo is magic for satiety. Examples are Greek yogurt and berries, cheese stick and whole grain crackers, apple and peanut butter, edamame, protein oatmeal. Absolutely sneak in the protein. Another tip, you want to increase your fiber slowly. This one is extremely important. If you suddenly go from very little fiber to tons of fiber overnight, your stomach will absolutely let you know you messed up. Bloating and discomfort can get worse if you increase too quickly. Slow and steady works much better. And of course, hydration matters. Fiber without getting enough water can actually make constipation worse. And GLP-1s can reduce thirst signals too. So as a GLP-1 patient, you need to be way more intentional about hydration than you were previously. And finally, small, frequent meals really can help. Large meals can feel miserable on GLP-1s. Smaller meals and snacks throughout the day tend to work much better for me. And honestly, tiny bits of fiber throughout the day add up more than people think. I want to touch upon foods that can sometimes make side effects worse. Everyone's triggers are different, but some foods that can exacerbate side effects in me are greasy foods, super processed foods, overly sugary foods, and really heavy meals, of course. They can make nausea and digestive issues way worse on GLP-1s. I have personally done much better when I focus on protein, fiber, hydration, and simpler foods overall. I think one of the biggest misconceptions about GLP-1 medications is that you can just eat less and automatically feel amazing. But these medications work best when we're still intentionally nourishing our bodies. And when appetite gets really low, nutrients like protein, fiber, and hydration become even more important. For me personally, fiber has made a huge difference, not just for digestion, but for fullness, blood sugar stability, and just feeling better overall. And the biggest thing I want people to remember is it does not have to be perfect. I can't say that enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. Tiny improvements count. A handful of pistachios counts. A bowl of berries counts. Dried chickpea snacks, small things, they add up over time. If you have a favorite high fiber snack or tricks that have helped you on your GLP-1 journey, please share them in the comments below, because I genuinely love hearing from you guys too, and I'm always looking for new things to snack on. If today's video helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you in the next one.